Alright, we're going to review quiz 2 now. So I've already started with 1 through 6. I'd pre-drawn the angles here, and this was the matching back and forth like so. So the first one is an acute angle. Remember, it is less than 90 degrees, so I can draw in my little imaginary 90-degree line here. And I can see that it is less than 90 degrees. My obtuse angle, right? I can see that it is more than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is anything from 90 to 180. Acute is 0 to 90. Next I have my supplementary. Supplementary angles are two angles that equal 180 total. So total is 180. Down here I have my complementary. Complementary angles are angles that equal 90 degrees total. So 90 degrees total right here. Alright, I have my reflex. My reflex angle is anything from 180 to 360. And then my right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And I have my little perpendicular square here to remind me that that is 90 degrees. Okay, so that's 1 through 6. Next step was number 7. I drew two parallel lines. I had my transversal going like so, and I only labeled specific angles. I wanted 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I asked you what were angles 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are corresponding angles. They're corresponding because there's one outside and one inside, and they both have the same degree because they're on the same side as the transversal. So one outside, one inside, and they have the same degree. Now, there's no angle listed here, so obviously it couldn't be that, but even if I did have an angle listed here, they're not the same degree. This one would be much larger than this angle. They would be supplementary because they're a total 180, but it's not corresponding. Corresponding is two of the exact same measure angle. Alright, next, 3 and 4, right here. 3 and 4 are vertical angles. They're vertical because no matter what's going on anywhere else, I have two lines intersecting, so I have this intersection point right here, and these two are directly across from each other, making them vertical angles. They're the same measure angle. And then I asked what is 3 and 2. So 3 and 2 are supplementary. They're supplementary because they equal 180 degrees. Alright, so bring back the red marker. Total measure here is 180. Supplementary, that's what I was looking for that answer. And that's the first page. Quickest page ever. Whoop, whoop. Alright, if only everyone knew this is exactly what we do in class. Alright, so number 8. Number 8, a lot of people got confused on, but I'm going to show you why. So I have my triangle. I listed both of these angles as 65 degrees. I did so because I wanted you to recognize that if the angles are the same, then the opposite sides are the same. So that means these two are the same. Some people set it up equal to the angles, but it's not. So I listed this side as 10 and this side as 5x. Now I didn't have these triangles and I didn't have these sides marked because I wanted you to recognize that we keep working with congruency and things like that. I wanted you to recognize that if these two angles are the same, then these two sides have to equal each other. They have to be the same too. So all I would do is set 10x or 10 equal to 5x, divide by 5, x is equal to 2. That's all I wanted. Okay? So even though you see angle measures here, don't assume that everything I give you you're going to use in the problem. Work with what you know. Remember that everything we've done before has just been the easy version, and now we're just going to keep stepping it up. Alright? So we learn the easy version, and then we add a new thing to it. Easy, add. Easy, add. Yay. All right. Number 9, I had 2 triangles. I said this angle is the same, this side is the same on both of them. Angle, side, angle. So this would be angle, side, angle. And I told you that this side is 15x, and this side is 7x plus 8. Again, I just want to need you to realize that these two are congruent. They're the same. I'm telling you they're the same. These little marks right here, I'm letting you know these are the same. So you would set 15x equal to 7x plus 8. Subtract 7x. 8x equals 8. X equals 1. That's all there is to it. X equals 1. I tried to make it as easy as possible with trying to find the most difficult situation, because I need to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. Alright, next up, 10 was to find the midpoint and distance for these 2 points. I cannot stress enough that anytime you see a coordinate like this, anytime where I tell you it's specifically a point means x and y. So it's always going to be x, comma, y. Always. Every single time. A lot of people were labeling like x and x, x1 and x2. That is not right. Not even a little bit. Okay? So if this is my first point, if I say this is 1 right there, I'm even going to bring out the red marker. This is x1, this is y1. This is x2, this is y2. Alright? So, for my midpoint formula is, alright here, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, is that still in there? Yeah. Okay. y1 plus y2 divided by 2, all in parentheses. So I take my 3, my x1, plus my 7, my x2, divide by 2. I take my 5 plus my 1, divide by 2. I've got 10 over 2, so 10 divided by 2, and 6 divided by 2. My answer is 5, comma, 3. Alright? You don't know why I write funny. Main point right here. Always, 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 x, comma, y. Always, always, x, comma, y. Not x and x. Never x and x. X, comma, y. Alright. I believe in you. I believe, I believe, I believe. I believe. I got my eraser stuck. Okay, next up, I wanted the distance for the same points. So I've got 3, comma, 5, and 7, comma, 1. My distance formula is the square root of x2 minus x1, quantity, the whole thing squared, plus y2 minus y1, quantity squared. Again, quantity meaning anything inside here. Whole thing. So, I go back up here, bring out the red marker again, x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm even going to use red markers to put it in here. Okay, so my x2 is 7, my x1 is 3, plus my y2 is 1, wait, I don't do that, and my y1 is 5. Now I did that on purpose because I want to seriously point out that x and y situation. Alright, so that's what we're doing. So now I'll keep the black marker for now. Okay, so 7 minus 3 is 4. Notice how I'm keeping my square root sign because I haven't used it yet. I can't get rid of it. Okay, so 7 minus 3 is 4 squared plus 1 minus 5 is negative 4 squared. I don't know why I got to put a flippy thing on the end of everything. Okay, a negative times a negative because negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4. Negative times a negative is a positive. Alright, both answers are 16. Shifting. Alright, so now I have the square root of 16 plus 16 is the square root of 32. I'll do my factor tree. I've got 8 times 4, 4 times 2. I don't even need to break this down anymore because I have two 4s. So my answer is going to be 4 square root of 2. And here's Kylie drawing again because you love me. Alright, so my answer for number 10 distance was 4 square root of 2. I don't need that up anymore. Alright, next up was number 11. I wanted you to draw a line M. I'm going to label it. There's my M. Now label a point T on the line. So here's my T. Next, draw a perpendicular line through point T. So literally, straight down,